Hey there everybody, and welcome to my transformation video for Ocular Max Incertus, aka Autobot Grooves. So, let's get through it. We're going to start in robot mode because he comes packaged in robot mode. So, first thing, arms. Go ahead and bend at this forearm joint, and then bend back at the double joint. Get that pushed up. Then we'll do the same over here. Bend that, bend, and get it pushed up. And that should be looking like that. Alright, next up, we're going to disconnect these white wings. Going to rotate the arms forward to help get them out of the way. Bring these down and peg them in. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate at the waist. I'm going to bring the kickstand out to help with clearance. And I'm just going to pull on the arms to get them separated. Come on, to get them there it is. And then when I get to this point, I'm going to keep rotating to get these silver pieces to clear the gold chest. And when it gets down here, I'll go ahead and rotate a little bit more. I'm going to bring this out. Make sure that these combiner pieces are out so that you have a clear channel here. Pop up on this gold piece. I'm going to bring that up on the double joint. And now make sure the head is straight, and we're going to rotate it back. Then we're going to flatten out this white piece. Make sure the head is all the way up because it has a little double joint right in here. You want to make sure that that is flat. And then we'll go ahead and bring the gold chest inwards. And if the head is in the right place, it'll be sitting in there. The head will sit inside the chest just like that. And just so you know, the very first time out of the box doing the gold chest, these little nubs, they were very tight. I felt like I was going to break something. Just be careful with it if it's the first time and if they're super tight. You know, all you do is just push them on the sides, you rotate them, that's all you do, but they might be super, super stiff. And then I'm going to take these, flip these out. Oops. There we go, that one is getting caught on the arm. And now is what I'm going to do. Want these rotated this way. So, we've got a slot in here for this tab, and that's on both sides, and then there's a tab here for this slot here. So go ahead and bring them up, close that all up, there we go. That's the one side. And then on this side, you have this little engine cover piece, and it just rotates backwards. There you go. And that's how that looks. For this, you just bring the two pieces together and close them up. And they fit right into these little notches on both sides. And they have a tab here that goes into a slot here, in addition to this tab. So just give that a little bit of a push down. That should be looking like that. You can bring the front wheel backwards, bring the forks out, and we can push these combiner tabs all the way in. Just rotate them as far in as they'll go. I'll go ahead and put the kickstand in so it's out of the way. And now we're going to do the legs. So first thing, I'm going to go ahead and flip the toe in and make sure this panel is flat. I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay. Then these should be out like this. I'm going to take these up at their double joints. I'm going to rotate these most of the way around, but I'm going to leave them out a little bit right now. I'm going to come back here, take the seat, and pull that up on both sides. And now is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start to bring the legs together. For the wheel, you have a very small tab in the inside of the rim, and then over here you have 5 tabs that slots that it could go into. And then you have a slot here for a tab here, tab for a slot, tab, and then on the seat as well. So just bring the 2 halves together, and as you do, you can make sure that the tire pegs into itself. There we go. Just hold one piece of the tire and rotate the other until it clips together. You'll know it's right when you can free spin the wheel. Now I'm going to start to rotate this. And I don't want to go all the way, but I want to get it at least some of the way, because otherwise these hinges are going to grab onto the tire. And then I'm going to bend up at the ab crunch here. I want to make sure that these hands go underneath these body pieces. So let me angle those down. Then I'll start to bring everything up. And as I get close, I'm going to continue to rotate the wheel, bring up this ab crunch. There we go. Now they've got a tab and slot for the small piece, for the shoulder piece, and then a little dovetail for this. So I like to rotate it a little bit and then like scoop it up into this side. You don't want to just push straight down because it is a dovetail, so you could damage something. Get that tabbed in. Give this a very small rotate. And there we go. Make sure that's tabbed. All right. These side pieces, they're going to sit right there. They don't really tab into anything per se. There's a very small, like, little locator circle on the silver arms that it's going to kind of sit on, but it's not actually a tab. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring the 2 seat halves together. I'll just make sure they're all the way up so they're in the same position, and they're on little sliders. So you just slide those together. And then 2 tabs. Well, 4 tabs for these 2 slots and these 2 slots. So just bring that down, and it should tab right in place. Give everything a nice squeeze. There we go. I didn't want to fully come together there. There we go. These, we're going to shift them all the way forward, and they've got some tabs and slots they're going to sit on, and they should pretty much line right up. If they don't want to line up, then something needs to be moved just a little bit, but it should pretty much line right up. There we go. Then down here. Okay, this one kind of did it for me, but you've got this small tab on the inside, and it goes into a slot there. So you bring it all the way in, tab that in, and then you bring the exhaust pipes down, so they complete the look on the side. And then you can angle these however you want. You can bring them up if you want, or keep them down. And you can angle the handlebars however you want. So I'll just kind of leave them like that. But there he is. Yep, that's it. So there's the one side. There's the bottom. The back. The other side. The top. All right. And if you want the weapon storage, I will show you that real quick, because you have to take it apart a little bit right in here, there's a little channel. Put the gun in this position, and then just close it up. Make sure the wheel is good, because it may have rotated on you. And then this barrel of the pistol, just fold that in. And there you go. There's your weapon storage. And there is Grooves in his alt mode. And now, let's get down to combined mode. So I'll kick in that. First thing, we'll take this out. This is not the weapon storage for combined mode. This is actually going to be one of the combiner joints for combined mode. But, there we go. I'll go ahead and put that back together. So first thing, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to lift up on the seat halves. And I'm going to slide them out on their sliders, where they were coming from robot mode. And now, we're going to use this tab on both sides, and the upper tab is just going to rest in a little notch right here on the side. Very, very small little notch. Oh, and before we do that, bring that forward and bring this up and out. Bring these little side pieces out. And they are going to tab in right where they were for robot mode. So there's one. And there's two. Notice that they do have these pins to be able to rotate so that those tabs can sit properly. Alright, and now with these all the way slid out, just bring them down, get them tabbed in. Alright, now we're going to rotate this. Whoops. So make sure your handlebar pieces are out of the way. There we go. At least it's easy enough to pop them on. And make sure that it's straight so that you can angle the wheel up and put it in place. I'll do it that way for right this second. Then we're going to lift up on these silver pieces. Now you might, there we go. You might need a spudger, but as you can see, I can just kind of roll them out. And these, you're going to want them pretty flat for putting them into the knee of Defensor, of Hotspot. But that is pretty much it for the combined mode. So there's one side. Bottom is the same. Top is just changed a little bit. And there's the other side. Now weapon storage real quick. Barrel extended. This is just going to go right in here. And then the wheel all the way down. And there you go. And you can bend the barrel in. That's what they want for weapon storage. I'm not doing that personally. I'm just going to use this and attach it to the big gun for Defensor. But this is an option. And if you want to see what I'm talking about for the big gun for Defensor, you can check out my review video. Now let's get down to transformation one more time into robot mode. So first thing, I'll go ahead and fold up on these so we have the clearance for the head. Go ahead and bring this up and rotate it around, trying not to pop off a handlebar again. Good. And then I'll just leave it down there for now. I'm going to lift up on both of the seats. I'm going to come down here, lift up on the exhaust, and disconnect it from the wheel. I'm going to disconnect these side police boxes. There, and there. And now I'm just going to split the rear of the bike. I'm going to start to rotate the wheels back, bring these up a little, and I'm going to bring the arms out. So remember, because the dovetail, I'm going to rotate them inwards a little and then lift up. Do that on both sides. And then I can start to peel everything away. There we go. Now I'm going to continue rotating the wheels to their robot position. I'm going to fold these up, make sure they are all the way out on the sliders. That folds in, and then you have a small tab going into the slot here. And then just fold that all the way up. Do that on both sides. Good. Now I'm going to come around here. We're going to finish rotating these all the way around. And we're going to bring these boxes down, and this small tab should go over that. Plus you have a couple of small ports for some posts that are along the side here. And then the exhaust pipes will just sit in the middle, so they kind of complete the look going on there. Then I'm going to bring this in, push in on that, and rotate the toe. And again, I'll do that on both sides. So I'll push in on that, rotate the toe, and there we go. And you can try and bring these seat pieces down to use as heel spurs, but they are very weak, so they're probably going to collapse on you. Alright, and now coming around here. So first thing, we're going to bring this up, because we want it out of our way, to split the engine pieces. And we need to rotate this so it's out of the way. There we go. Just rotate it down. Now we can split the two engine pieces and, you know, get the kickstand out of the way just to give yourself some extra clearance. So there's one, there's two. I'll go ahead and fold in these large pieces all the way, and they don't really have any tabs, so they just fold all the way in. Next, I'm going to take the gold chest pieces and pop them out, and I just get my pinky behind here and bring them out. You could use a spudger or something if you need to, and then you just clip them in over those little nubs. And there we go. Now I'm going to bring these out of the way so we can get the head back. You just rotate it forward. You just got to manipulate the handlebars here to get it out of the way. And there we go. I'm going to bring this piece down on that double hinge. And then you got the two tabs going into those two slots. Go ahead and get that tabbed in. Right now you've got all the clearance in the world for getting the head where you want it. I'm going to bring them up all the way. Flatten out the double joints that are in there so that he's sitting high up. But if you want, you can just push him down so you can have that look. And then you'll see the double joint is now pretty much straight up and down. So that is an option, whichever one you prefer. Like I said, I'm just going to keep it all the way up, but that is totally up to you. And now I'm going to fold this silver piece in a little, bring it up, and then continue to fold it in all the way. And then push that double joint in so it's sealed up. I'll do the same over here. There we go. Put the kickstand in. I'll rotate at the waist. I'm going to go ahead and keep these combiner pieces all the way folded out, and I'm going to pretty much scoop the wheel up. If you bring the wheel up and then push in, you're going to have to push past those. You might scratch the paint. But you bring it up behind them, then you can get it tucked all the way in super easily. No problems. I'm going to bring down these white pieces, and again, we're going to tab them in right where they were for combine mode. There we go. And then we're just going to extend the arms, which is bend it forward and then bend it back. Bend it forward, bend it back. Go ahead and adjust him, pose him however you want, because that is it. We are done. You can move the handlebars however you want, all that good stuff. So, there is the front, the side, and the back. And then remember, if you want to use the side cannons, you can either flip this open if you want them on his feet, or you can lift this up, pop open this tab, put it back down if you want them on his shins, which is how he's advertised, but you do have the two options. So, there you go. And then again, lift that up to fold that down. And it's because on the inside, it's actually a corner, it's not rounded. So you do need to lift it up to have the clearance. But there he is in his robot mode. So pretty easy transformation. So there you go. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped one of you, and hope to see you next time. See ya.